Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Circle Debate Podcast, the host of Devious One, Ivan C. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by two honorary guests, and we wanted to have them on the show for some time. And I'm glad they're here because they're putting the GOATs in the tag team division. That's what they call themselves, the GOATs, because they are the greatest tag team of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the problem child, Aaron Roberts, and the chosen one, Zay Washington, and they are the young GOATs. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Doing good, man. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you guys can show them welcome, and I'm honored to have you guys on. We've been watching you since day one, since you guys received on Championship Wrestling from Memphis, but I'm pretty sure you guys all the attributes as well, which we've been following and doing our research as well, and keeping an eye on you guys because you guys are bringing back that tag team division up to an upper par that it needs in the independent circuit and also in any promotion at all that you guys are going to. Now, I was going to go ahead and start it off. Whoever wants to go first. Just wanted to get it, everyone's journey, just so our viewers and subscribers can know how your journey began in professional wrestling. So whoever wants to go first, answering the question.
I'll let Zay go first. His is a little funnier than mine.
Yeah. I would say I usually go first anyway. But my journey started when I was little. My dad had introduced me to wrestling. I fell in love with it. And at a certain age, I think it was 10 or 11, I started to fade away from wrestling. And, he came to me with opportunity. Like, hey, I made a deal with a wrestler.
My apologies to cut you off, but your audio seems like a little low. I can barely hear you. I do apologize for that.
How about that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
All right. So you want me to start back over from the beginning?
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, he came to me with opportunity. I was like 10 to 10. He was like, I can get you trained. You want to do it? I was like, well, I really don't know. I was like, I'm kind of not interested or stuff like that. And he was like, look, just try it. If you don't like it, you can quit. Mm-hmm. That was my first time, like hearing him tell me I can quit on something. Usually, don't quit, stick it through. But he was like, if I don't like it, I can quit. So I got to training. It was like me and 5 other people. Everybody way older than me. At the time, I'm about 11 years old. Everybody was 20s, early 30s, and stuff like that. And everybody quit but me. So that's how the journey started. I was trained in my hometown. Worked there for a couple of years. Got out.
All right. And what facility was this again? Like, what was the name of the training facility that you trained, or who was the individual trainer?
The individual trainer I started off with, it was 3 of them. A guy named Big Brad Simpson, a guy named J Rage, and a female named $1 Million Baby. And I trained under a promotion called TIWF, which was literally like 5 minutes down the road from my house. And I mean, I had watched them before, like when I was little. I used to go to the indie shows. That's the only show I really knew because it was the one right there. So yeah, for like the first 5 years of my career, I only wrestled in my hometown.
Okay. Interesting. All right, Aaron.
Yeah, well, so wrestling has been a constant in my life. My dad wrestles, my granddad wrestled, my brother wrestles, my cousins wrestle. It's it's in the blood. So it's what they give us when we're first born is a wrestling figure. They say this is going to be you one day. So I've just been around it my whole life. Similar age to Zay, when I was like about to turn 11, I told my dad, I said, I want to start training. He said, well, I'm not going to do it because you're not going to listen to me. So I asked Sarge O'Reilly. So I asked Sarge O'Reilly, who was like my dad's best friend in the business. So him and a guy named Anton LeVay trained me at a promotion that used to be called UCW in Union City, Tennessee. That promotion died since. But similar to Zay, I was pretty much stuck in a hometown situation. Mm-hmm. I think that's pretty much from the age thing. It's hard to get out anywhere before you're 18.
Right. Yeah.
So we had to deal with that growing up.
I mean, that's awesome that the fact that you grew up with what's in the family, that the wrestling is in your blood. And I mean, I wish I had that. You guys are lucky to have that, and especially starting at a young age. Right here we can, I mean, but some of us could. I would say back maybe like early 2000s, we were able to, in like 99, like we were able to, I was like the age of 14, because my other host, Chris Kennedy, he started when he was 14. So he was trained by Excalibur and Super Crazy before, before PWG started. So he trained at a young age. And that's awesome that you guys have that opportunity to start early, to learn so quickly how you guys develop, what you guys have as of right now, and developing more. So talk to me about, how about the first match, like your first ever like match? Was it singles or tag team, or how was like the first time being in a ring in front of a crowd? What was the feeling of just getting that environment, and being in that environment? So I'll go with you, Zay.
I was gonna say, from what I remember, going back to what I said about the first, for like 4 or 5 years I wrestled in my hometown, but my first match was not in my hometown, but it was for the same company. I don't remember what town or city we was in, but somebody forgot their gear or something. And one of my trainers, it was them three that I named earlier training, but it was like a different village of people, just pitching in and stuff. So another one of my trainers, his name was Biscuit. He was like, "Well, put Zay in the ring." I was like, "Put Zay in the ring?" I was like, "He's 13." He was like, "Put him in the ring. He's ready." And I didn't think I was ready at all. I really didn't think I was ready. So I just remember they was like, "You got your stuff with you?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, well, you got a mat." So from what I remember was, I think the way it was supposed to go was he was supposed to get the final three. And I had hit him with an RKO, something like that. It was something I copied from WWE. I had hit him with it. And it was like 1, 2, 3. And the first thing I did was like, I leaned in, pulled him to me. I said, "Fucked up." He was like, man, I was like scared of that. I'm thinking I'm going to get like, everybody finna be on my case. But he was like, "No," he was like, "You did good." He was like, "So I decided to put you over." That was like my very first match.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Aaron.
So mine was similar age, 13. It was at a benefit show. So, in Tennessee, we have benefit shows all the time. So this one was a little weird because somebody similar to Zay didn't show up or something like that. So they were trying to find a tag partner for my brother, who goes by the name JP Fantastic. They couldn't find anybody, so they were like, "Well, let's put Gage in," which is my shoot name, right? And I remember the guy booking the show came up to me, which is Sarge, my trainer. And he said, "So, what wrestling name do you want to use?" I said, "Aaron Roberts." He said, "You're not using that, stupid." I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "We got to do something fantastic." What's fantastic? Let's do AJ Fantastic. So for my very first match, I was AJ Fantastic, and I teamed up with my brother to take on Addison Kane and Terry Wayne, the Hooligans.
Okay.
So it was a good match. It was simple stuff, man. It was very simple.
That's awesome. And before, how did you guys came across paths throughout your journey and then forming the Young Goats? So start off with you, Jay. How did it all become about it? How did it become in fruition?
Well, to go all the way back, like me and him started around the same time. And like I had knew about his name being pitched out by other wrestlers and stuff, but I really never knew him. And I believe it was a benefit show. Like you said, benefit shows have like Tennessee. Yeah. But it was a benefit show. I don't know if it was me and him one-on-one or a tag match, but I remember just getting in the ring with him. And it was like one of the things I'm like, okay, he can work, he's cool or whatever. So as years went on, we barely got to each other. I would say like we probably touched again maybe twice. Then late 2020, we had got put together. We had a banger match, and it started to get a little bit of exposure. So people started booking it everywhere. And at the time, I was thinking about getting a tag team. So I'm like, here's this big guy who's athletic. We got the same goals. Like, maybe we should tag. So I gave the idea up to him, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." That's how the Young Bucks came. That's how we came apart.
That's awesome. Who was actually the one who came up with the name?
So I remember very specifically. I got a text message from Zay Washington. He said, "The Young Goats." I said, "Hold on a second. That's Myron Reed's name. We can't use that at all." He was like, "Wait, hold on. Let me text him." So then he texted Myron. We got okayed, so we just jacked his name, and now we're running with it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And so, how was it the first time you guys, when you guys first had as a team, having your first tag team match, and against who, and how was the chemistry with the other team that you guys faced for your first time teaming together?
Well,
I'll take
this. Huh?
I got this one. So,
all right.
Like before we ever announced that we were finna start teaming up, we had been planning it. Like we kept it a secret. Nobody really cared apparently, but to me and him, this was this big deal that we were finna start teaming up. So we were planning for weeks. So we were in the ring like 3 days a week at least, working on our timing and stuff like that. And then once we finally announced it, I remember we set up a match on a Saturday night show at TIWF to wrestle Chase McCoy and David Dane. I think they go by the Backwoods Outlaws now. At the time, they had a different name. But we set up a match to go against those guys on a Friday night. Take a guess at what kind of show it was. A benefit show. So we wrestled those guys. It was a really good match. The chemistry's there, man, for sure.
Yeah, I definitely see it, man. When you just seeing you guys, it's just like, whoa, you caught my eye, you caught my attention. I'm like, oh shit. And I love it. You guys just that chemistry that you guys have as a team. And honestly, it's like you don't really see that anymore, to be honest with you. Anybody wants to correct me if I'm wrong, could comment below this video to let me know. But as of right now, I have not seen it in the independent circuit or any other promotions. I haven't really much. I'm not talking about the major ones, but like Ring of Honor or MOW or NWA. You kind of don't really see that anymore. The type of chemistry, the type of action that you guys provide in the ring, and it's phenomenal.
I feel like most tag teams these days are teams that are thrown together to fill a purpose.
Right.
While we came together, it's our choice to do this with the common goal. Most people, they're just using the tag team to get themselves over. We want, we're in the mindset that if we make it together,
Right.
This is a team all the way through. There's not really much room for not having chemistry if you've got that kind of goal,
Right. Indeed, I agree with that 100%. Agreed 100%. And so I see there's a lot of benefit shows up in Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it is a lot. Wow. First time I hear that there's so many benefit shows. So also wanted to ask, so as you guys formed a tag team, what tag teams were you guys watching and kind of not taking what you're doing exactly, but kind of implementing into your styles? What tag teams were you guys looking at the time as you guys were developing as a team? Who were the ones you were looking at? And obviously implemented their style into your style, mix it up. So what teams were you guys looking at that time?
Well, for me, I really until me and him started tagging, I had been in tag teams before at the series, but I never really watched tag teams. He's the tag team specialist. He's been in so many tag teams. But so as I started wanting to be in a tag team, I had watched old school Hardys, the Rascals, known as MSK now.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of Machine Gun, Motor City Machine Guns. Watched them a little bit, and watching them, it made me because they always different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though it might seem like the same style, one is completely different. So I knew if I wanted to be in a successful tag team, I can't find somebody who did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It might be overkill for our style. So those guys are who I watched most and led me to Aaron.
Mine is a little bit different. Just like you said, I've been in so many tag teams that I've been studying tag team wrestling for so long. So I've studied the Dudley Boys, I like to watch a lot of old PWG stuff. So like Steen and Generico, like the Bucks and then Super Smash Bros. And, I like watching all of that stuff just because it's more like action-packed stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like the one thing that we try to focus on now that I kind of neglected all the way before this now is my size, right? I was always like trying to be a flippy guy too. Even I can't do flips perfectly, but I always tried to do that style. And now that I've really came into myself and I've been studying more of this old school style, this classic Memphis style,
right.
which we don't take for part. That's why we're standing out, is because we have a whole different style. But I like to incorporate some of that old Memphis tactic into our story.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, especially with PWG days, man. Those were, and I was there personally when I used to, when they were in Reseda. I was going to those. So yeah, it was a hell of a show. I can tell you that right now. And oh my God, just upcoming. I think, which one was it? I think Paul London. I think I forgot who was his partner. I don't know if it was Generico or was it Generico? I don't remember. But him, not Brian Kendrick, but him and somebody else at that time were a great tag team. Or even the kings of wrestling, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli.
Chris Hero is one of my at least top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time.
Oh man, he is.
I couldn't order the top 5 because I switch them around so much, but he's in the top 5.
Oh man, he's definitely a hero. That's why he comes as a hero, because that fucker can move. He could just go anywhere. Even him, before gaining that weight, and even during his weight, I don't think that doesn't matter at all. It's just whatever you can put in the ring, and he got it. I mean, definitely he got it. So I wanted to ask, so how did your relationship with Dustin became in fruition, and you guys, coming out of the first, tapings in Championship Wrestling from Memphis? How did that become about, your relationship with Dustin?
At first, like, he was not on his radar at all. Like, when we were doing the Championship Wrestling from Memphis, we was trying to get on. I don't know if he was like knowing that we didn't care or anything, but I felt like a lot of the guys pitched in for us. It was like, hey, we need these guys. Like, they're young, they know their shit. So he gave us a shot, and I remember after the first taping, like, everybody was blown away. Like, everybody who didn't know us. Some people knew who he was. It was like, yeah, just watch him like that. But like, for the people who really didn't watch us like that, blown away. I think we threw Dustin. And after that first taping, I could see like he started to know who he was and respect us a little bit more. And then as time went by, our bond got closer and closer with him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. And like I said, I was when I had Dustin on the show, I did, before he even announced that he was bringing, wrestling back to Memphis, before all of that happened, before he rented the banquet hall, before the Wrestle Center, he mentioned that he was going to bring it. He's going to bring, wrestling back to Memphis, and it became in fruition, doing it at the halls, and now owning the Wrestle Center, which is great, by the way. It's a fantastic just venue, how it looks. I'm glad he did a phenomenal job, and I was really, really happy that I'm glad that he actually, now see you guys in, fully in his roster. And man, you guys are really killing it right now in that division. And we're waiting for the damn tag team titles.
So we're waiting too.
We're waiting too.
I mean, he already revealed the world, the Memphis World Heritage title. I mean, but we're still waiting for the tag team titles. That's what we're waiting for. I've been asking him already. I've been asking him off the air. Hey, what are you gonna do? He won't tell me. He won't tell me. It's a surprise like this. So
gotta watch the show, man.
Exactly. That's what I told him. Like, I'm not being a Dave Meltzer here, man. I just want to, tease me a little bit when. And
be soon. I need some gold around my waist.
There you go. Exactly. That's what we're, you guys need. We need to see the young guns. Huh?
We got to come out iced out. We got the gold on.
Definitely. You guys need that gold, and that's why, to solidify being the GOATs in the tag team division. That's a fact. So in Championship Wrestling from Memphis, like, we see the tag team division is coming up, and it's, with you guys leading the way, who do you feel? How do you guys feel about that tag team division roster now, currently that it is, and the chemistry that you build, in the ring with with the rest of the team? Like, who's your by far favorite opponents to have, in championship wrestling or overall?
I'd say definitely the favorite match and opponents have been the Crowleys. Like, those guys, as weird as they are, that they can go, bro. And, they push us as far as we push everybody else. And having that competition is real nice. I mean, the Skimmerhorns, those guys are solid. We haven't got that much opportunity to work with the Posse yet, but it's got to be coming down the line. The Russell twins were sick too.
Yes, fantastic match, by the way, you guys had with them. I wish it was longer though, to be honest with you. But it's a 1 hour show, but it's understanding. I'm hoping they have a 2 hour time slot, so give you guys more minutes, because that match was incredible. Just seeing you guys in the Russell twins, I love it. And I mean, especially with the Crowleys too. And I can see that that's your most definitely rivals, even in championship or outside of championship, because I believe you guys wrestled, out of championship wrestling and other different promotions, right?
Yes, sir.
This past weekend in Missouri.
All right. Now, before the whole pandemic, occurred, I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. When you guys were on the road, was there any funny stories that happened on the road? Don't mention names. You could just, you don't have to mention names. Don't throw it under the bus.
I don't think the Young Goats would be here if we didn't go through that pandemic. Before the pandemic, we were doing our own things. I was in a whole separate tag team, kind of floating around the area, becoming that big fish in the little pond. Zay was already traveling all the roads. So during the pandemic, whenever he started, getting to head out again, I seen them coattails. I grabbed on, bro. Rode them where we're at.
What about you? How about you, Zay?
Yeah, basically what he said. Before the pandemic, I was already on the road. I felt like I wasn't there, but I was almost, where I think I needed to be to take the next step. Then COVID hit, so of course, really put everything on pause. Then afterwards, like, I was going back on the road, and he was like, "Hey man, can I come with you?" I was like, "Yeah." So we hit the roads, and we do got some funny stories, but I don't know.
Like I say, it's up to you if you want to mention it. You don't have to mention nobody's names, but it's up to you.
It ain't about the names, about who watches.
Oh.
Yeah, there's one story where I fucking act like I was a fucking college basketball player for attention. There's a lot of stories, bro.
Okay. Oh god, man. Like, we're very mature when it comes to professional wrestling, but the moment we leave the arena, we're children. We're the worst.
It's so terrible. Me and him can't go nowhere by ourselves. Like, we got another adult that take care of us.
Shout out Brandon.
Shout out Brandon.
Oh man, I'm kind of the same way. With the rest of my hosts, if we do like an event, then yeah, I get crazy after a couple cocktails. So now, and we're hoping that we'll see it soon, that Dustin will introduce the tag team titles. Hopefully he does like a tag team tournament for it. We're hoping for that to happen soon, and I think all the fans are actually hoping to see that as well. I'm going to put it right now, and I'll book it. I want the finals. If there's a tournament, I would like to see you guys in the finals versus the Russell twins, but a 30-minute match. That's what I would like to see. Definitely would like to see that.
That would bang.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my God, yeah. It would just tear the whole house down, honestly, in my opinion. It just, even though that match you guys had the first time was, I believe it was like 7 or 8 minutes, but those 7 or 8 minutes though, Jesus, was fucking insane. And I'm saying that from the heart. And from there, I mean, like, just seeing how you guys have that chemistry with every other tag team that what I've seen by far. I feel that you guys are definitely the ones that are really putting the tag team itself back on the map again all over, because that's what is missing nowadays, because now it's more like individual, how you mentioned earlier, just putting a tag team, not building the right chemistry, not telling the right story. It's a major factor that has been missing in the tag teams, the last couple of years. And now that you guys are doing it, I'm really happy, and I'm full support of you guys doing that and giving that people, even for other upcoming tag teams, giving them that inspiration and that admiration that you guys are going to be able to provide. Not just only, watching you guys on, internationally and nationally, but also live, especially when they get to see you live. And that's the beauty of what you guys doing. And I can tell you that from the bottom of my heart, we appreciate that from you guys for bringing that back. And thank you very much for that.
That means a lot. That's a focus we have. It's like tag team wrestling has been the same for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking to bring back the energy it used to have and mesh that with the style that is popular today. That's not happening in Memphis.
Exactly.
Like, that style we run is not Memphis at all. And that's, to me, that's why we're on this podcast right now. That's why we've been taken to these other places. It's because we bring a whole different flavor.
Exactly. And you guys definitely do bring a whole different flavor. And so which brings me to my next question, to bring flavor to another territory, which is Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You've seen those tag teams divisions there. Who's the one that you guys are watching and keep an eye on that you guys would like to face? I mean, could it be the current tag team, United Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Bodega, Papo Esco, Slice Boogie? Could that, you want to go for them belts as well, besides the World Heritage Tag Team titles?
Hey, man, that tag team division is stacked. Yes. But you can't be the young goats and not shoot for the top.
Exactly. Because that division itself, yes, I am very intrigued. I know it's too soon. I know people has commented on social media too soon to have a clash between, Championship Wrestling from Memphis versus from Hollywood. I mean, but it's going to happen. It's in fruition. It will happen, but we don't know when or what, hopefully it does. But all I can say is, if I can make a dream match for you guys, I would put you to face every tag team there. Especially, I honestly feel that you guys will tear the house down as well with Midnight Heat. This, of course, Ricky Gibson, and so definitely those two individuals, man. I had Ricky on the show last year, and they're like another upcoming tag team as well. I mean, in the West Coast. Try to bring that flavor like how you guys are doing it too back. That would be a dream match to see between both, between you guys. That would be something, a hell of a tag team match.
They give me a real old school Memphis vibe. Like, right? Their presentation is just real old school Memphis, and as a Memphis guy, you can appreciate it,
Right.
But that is definitely, I mean, hey, just keep watching, man. Just keep watching. Never know what happens.
Yeah, you never know, and that's what we're looking forward to see. You never know. Now, let me ask now this question. So, what is the goals as what you continue doing your goals now, but what other goals you guys have set for 2021 for the Young Bucks?
I would say for the rest of 2021 is to blow up the tag team division everywhere. The U.S., Canada, Mexico, the UK, Japan, everywhere. We want to go everywhere. Hopefully, by the end of the year, at least, some type of contract.
Right,
it got to be the end goal right there.
Exactly.
That's definitely the end goal. I know for me specifically, I think traveling out of the country is a goal for this year, and also I want to. I think we can really hold our own with the NWA.
Yeah.
Before the end of this year.
I'm hoping too. I'm praying for you guys because I mean, shit. I know they were at a bad time previously when they shut down because of COVID restrictions. They lost a lot of their talents, that wanted out of their contracts. People left, and now it's like they're bringing now other stars. Like they have Slice. They still have Nick Aldis there, bringing Murdoch and bringing just little talents from other different promotions. But hopefully I'm hoping Billy Corgan, if you're watching this, man, you want to upcoming to build up your tag team division, you better hit up the Young Goats.
Hit us up, bro. Hit us up.
Definitely. And so now another question comes: if you had a dream match that you could book, and where will you book it, and versus who?
That's a
real good question.
I know me personally, my favorite tag team of all time are the Young Bucks. So I would love to wrestle those guys on an AEW pay-per-view. I think that would be more than dream match worthy.
Mm-hmm. Zay?
For me, I would have to say I'm gonna have to go with my favorite tag team of all time. I would have to say the Hardy Boys. And where I would say WrestleMania.
There you go. Right. One last time. That'll be awesome. Yeah, one last time for the Hardys, man. Because I hope Jeff leaves because they ain't doing nothing with him in WWE. I'm sorry. I'm being honest.
I mean, I know it. That's the sad thing about it.
Maybe not WrestleMania, brother. Maybe not.
Well, if we hurry up and get there, might be a chance. Matt might be like, "Hey, them Young Goats."
We got.
Definitely. Seeing now, right now with the current product, and you're seeing those tag teams, like it just overall, doesn't mean I'm not mentioning major like AEW, WWE, but also like I mentioned earlier, Ring of Honor, NWA, MLW. There's even in New Japan. I mean, there's so many promotions right now. How do you feel about their current product about them and their tag team division overall? Like, how do you guys feel about that? And do you? And I'm going to say yes automatically, but I'm going to ask either way that you feel that. Do you guys feel that you can bring that extra flavor to those promotions and up leveling their division in their promotion in their roster?
I would have to say, yeah. Like, I feel like any company that we went to, we can make an impact, even if it's a small impact or a big, which we're going to shoot for a big impact. I think we could go there and make an impact. But as far as like the companies in their tag team division, I mean, I think every tag team division is pretty solid right now.
Yeah.
I think maybe WWE can do a little bit better. That goes back to, just throwing two guys together, calling them a tag team. But I feel like they could get some true tag teams, and they wouldn't be too far behind. So they might catch up with AEW or Impact or even NWA.
Yeah, definitely.
I think as far as us bringing that new flavor, I think that while we can match everybody in the styles that they bring, we also have that Memphis psychology.
Yeah,
like we can get real down and dirty Memphis style if we got to.
Hell yeah,
that's something that they're not used to seeing at this point.
Definitely. Now, let me ask you this question. I ask Austin Lane, I ask Precious, and I want to ask as a tag team because I did it the first time. When you guys call your matches, do you guys call them in the ring, or do you guys advise, or you guys do it before, getting in the ring? And which one do you feel more comfortable with, like old school style, calling it in the ring, psychology, or just how currently how it is, like you could say it's when you call it before, entering the ring, and so
we're definitely a fair mix. Like, of course we have our hot spots, and I mean we got some complicated things, so we have to make sure there's an understanding of what we're gonna do. But as far as like calling it in the ring, a lot of it is called in the ring.
That's awesome. Yes. And I think that should be better. I mean, my opinion. I mean, it's great to mix both, but I feel just calling it a ring is for as fans is great because it obviously is depending on how you get the environment, depending on the fans' reaction, and that's how you're able to call it. And absolutely, I would like to lean more with calling it in the ring, and I think for me it's the best old school style to do, in my opinion.
There's definitely been times where we've said nothing, went out there, there's definitely been times where we've called everything from opening to end, and it's just you got to know where your audience is, man. That's the most important thing, is knowing what your audience is.
Definitely. Now, here's my last question. Right now, even though right now you guys are continuing and of course leading the way with the division itself, but as of right now, what can you say as a team or even individual as well has been your defining moments of your career by far? I mean, I know you got a long way to go, but which one can you say has been a defining moment for you throughout as a team or as an individual for your careers?
For me, I would have to say I like to break stuff down in steps. So I can go with 3 steps. The first step was me actually, just working for my hometown, because I basically got my start and really happy about that. So that was a pretty big defining moment for me just starting. Secondly, I would have to say last year when I worked at Collectors, I feel like that was a good experience. I mean, 'cause everybody there is like a lot of signed guys, some of the best guys who's not signed. So I felt like everybody was there for a reason. That's another one. And doing Championship Wrestling from Memphis, because the heritage that Memphis come with. And now, like, y'all wasn't around to see it when I was a kid, but I know when my son understands wrestling a little more, he'll be able to, hey, my dad was on TV, wrestling from Memphis. So I would have to say those are the 3, like, defining steps to my career as of right now.
That's awesome.
Me, I would love to say Championship Wrestling from Memphis, but I didn't think I realized how big of a deal that actually is until we went to Hollywood. Just jumping ahead a little bit. So we went filmed a few weeks ago, and just walking in there and feeling like we belonged there really changed my mindset and my focus. And that really gave me a whole new appreciation for Championship Wrestling from Memphis as well. So I feel like we really haven't even scratched the surface of what's yet to come, but that so far has been probably the biggest solidifying moment in my career.
That's awesome. And we cannot wait. We cannot wait to see what's going to be in store for us from Championship Wrestling in Memphis and Hollywood. That's what we're looking
You
forward
better be
to.
ready for Hollywood.
I'm excited, man.
You're
going to be pumped. I can't wait. And just the day once California opens and Marquez allows fans to be attendance, definitely I'll be there. We'll all be there from Circle Debate because we want to see you guys there live in person. And yeah, we'll be definitely cheering on. Even though I might get hit on from Papo Esco because we're pretty tight, but not too tight. But yeah, he's gonna probably kill me when he sees this. He's like, "What?"
Papo likes to talk.
Oh man, Papo can back it up though in the ring. He's able to talk, but he's able to back it up.
We'll see.
I love it. You see, Papo, you're watching this. You got these upcoming tag team who are looking for those United Wrestling Tag Team Championships away from you and Slice Boogie. So you better watch out.
They look good in Memphis. All I gotta say.
There you go. Definitely. Man, I just want to go ahead and take the time and appreciate you guys both for coming today on the show. I love it, man. Like, I just love that energy that you guys bring. I love everything that you guys do in the ring and outside of the ring as well. I'm glad that you guys are bringing that division up again because like I said, once again, that's been missing. And you guys doing that, I'm I'm pleased. I'm like excited that you guys. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for, for you guys. Especially, you never know. Could be anybody could probably. You might even come out in a draft, maybe MLW draft round 2. You never know, right? So
You
I mean,
never know.
you never know. So like I said to our viewers, subscribers, hashtag MLW, tag MLW, put the Young Goats right on Twitter and let Court Bauer know. So if you want to upload your tag team, get the Young Goats for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, because they need help. I'm sorry, Court Bauer, I didn't mean to say it that way, but yes, you need your tag team division to go up. I would like to see the Young Goats versus the Von Erichs up there too. That would be a hell of a match.
Yeah.
Watch out. Watch out.
Don't do too much now, Aaron.
For the hot tags. All right.
That's usually how it go, don't it? You get the hot tag. Let me get beat up for all the stuff you talk.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Actually, now that you brought that up, so who does get the hot tag? Mostly, majority time.
Oh, him for real. They get my ass whooped.
Hey,
I
man.
tried to get him to start. He don't want to start. He's like, no, you got this. 3 minutes in the match, I'm getting my ass whooped.
Listen, I'm gonna beat me. I'm gonna get the.
But I can't say no. He does a pretty good job of cleaning up once he do get it.
Hey man, you just stack the bases. I'll knock us home.
That's.
I barely can stack the bases. They be hitting me.
Have some faith in yourself, sir.
I be trying to. They bigger than me. You gotta realize I ain't that tall. I ain't like you.
I mean, the beauty of it is that you guys bring a different, unique style. Zay, you're more like the aerobatics. Love your 450, by the way. Do it great. I love it.
I appreciate it.
I taught him. He knows.
Stop it, boy. Stop it. You scared to get on the top ropes? How you gonna teach me?
Hey.
Kayfabe.
Right, there you go. Oh man, I love it, man. I love it. Oh man. Now, before we let you guys go, I just want to let our viewers, subscribers, where can they find the Young Goats on your social media platforms? You want to shout them out there so they can follow you guys.
At Facebook, you can find me at Zay Washington. Instagram, you can find me at Zay Washington 2. And at Twitter, you can find me at Zay Washington 6.
Facebook is Aaron Roberts. Instagram, the Aaron Roberts. And Twitter is Aaron_Roberts01. 2001 established.
All right, 2001 established. Okay, all right. I love that. I love it. But yes, you heard it there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll put all their social media platforms below on this video description. Make sure you follow them because they're another, like I said, an upcoming tag team that is hottest right now in 2021 and moving forward. And I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us, especially for Championship Wrestling in Memphis and in Hollywood. And you never know, you might see them other promotions as well. Keep an eye on them because I will be doing it. I will be keeping an eye on them. So Young Bucks, you better get ready because you're gonna have these goats.
Go, sucker.
Well, I almost finished that sentence. The show, cut it.
We said professionalism.
Oh man, it was fun times, man. I love it, man. Fun times. So once again, man, I appreciate you guys for coming on the show, and hopefully you guys have me back. I would like to have a debate. I'm gonna try to do that. You know what I'm gonna try to do? I'll try to get Pop on the show with Slice to debate with you guys. I think I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna try to might make pull some strings around there. Probably reach out to Papo and see if we can get.
You know how to get in touch.
I know how to get in touch with them. They've been on the show. Slice and
get it done.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna work on that. Definitely. I am gonna work on that for sure. So Papo, you're watching this. Hit me up. We gotta have a debate. We need to have a debate. We need to have the Bodega and Young Goats debate here on Circle of Debate. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
That's the most Steph. But yeah, so like I said, I mean, I'd love to have you guys back again. Maybe, I'll try to see if I can pull some strings with that, and maybe we'll have you guys for a top 5. You know, we do a top 5. You know, every other week we do. We could probably get any top 5 of your choosing that you guys would like to do. Let's debate it. Let's talk about it. I would love to have you guys back for sure.
Awesome.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Lose to the Young Goats. All of them.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the host, Stevie's What I Can See. Of course, with my brothers here, the Young Goats. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you keep an eye on them. Watch them on Championship Wrestling from Memphis every Saturday at noon Central Time on their YouTube channel or your TV local listings. Everything will be below in the description where you can see this incredible tag team and future tag team champions for Championship Wrestling from Memphis.
Let's go.
Let's go. That is right. Say it to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.